Hey, it's Dr. Amanda with Straightsmile Solutions, straightsmilesolutions.com, and today we're going to talk about orthodontic treatment for a lupus patient. I don't think I've ever treated a lupus patient before, but this came up with a doctor I was talking to, and I said, look, I don't know. I mean, you need to do your own research. So this is how I research things, is I put in the following keywords into Google: lupus, orthodontics, scholar. It's going to bring up all the white papers where published research connecting or not connecting the two of them. So I'm just going to click on a few and just read you the titles. First one is Oral Facial Manifestations and a Dental Management of Systemic Lupus Erythematosus, a review. So you can watch a review paper. There's another one that's titled Systemic Lupus and Periodontal Disease, a Complex Clinical and Biological Interplay. So basically what these first at least 6 or 7 or 8 articles are definitely connecting lupus, which is an autoimmune disease, which basically takes over the whole body. Although it can be managed, there's a lot of side effects. And for the most part, orthodontic treatment is elective. So if there's going to be side effects in the periodontal, either with inflammation or bone turnover, that is something you kind of need to know. It's something where I would definitely, first of all, there's no way I would take a lupus patient without perio being involved, screening, monitoring throughout the whole treatment. And if they're not willing to go see the periodontist to talk about it, and the periodontist isn't willing to babysit this patient and take accountability for the perio, then that would be a no-go for me. Of course, I'd also want to get a medical release from whatever physician is treating the lupus, and I'm not sure, it's not just a primary care probably. In writing, basically saying that it's under control and it's being monitored. If I had that, and if I had perio signing off in writing saying that they're going to babysit the patient throughout the treatment and that they're good to go, well, that takes the responsibility off me. Obviously, I would want to do movements that wouldn't do any risks to the perio as well. So that would help me pick the movements. Obviously, we're not going to do expansion and proclination and stuff like that, and maybe even not even sequential distalization. So that limits the movements a lot. So some things might not even be possible, and it might have to turn into a jaw surgery case. In that case, you're going to kick it to OMFS and ortho. So anytime you have a massively medically compromised patient, you might not want to take this patient as a primary care dentist, because it might get a lot more complicated than you were hoping for. And you can't just say, oh, I quit. You're going to have to give a full refund if you quit. So if it gets beyond your scope. And like I said, you always want to have everything in writing from the primary care physician to the periodontist. That way you're not responsible if things happen. They're babysitting it. And if they're not willing to do it, well then, wash your hands. Not a patient for you. Hope that helps. That's just my opinion. That's how I would manage it. You guys can hate if you want, but that's called keeping your dental license and staying in your lane. All right, thanks.